Ms. Spink, I received your question here. Let's see, directions are we want to solve an equation. Let's see, this is the equation. It's in chapter 11, so I would say we're supposed to use factoring since that's what that chapter is all about. So let me write this down. We have x times the quantity of 9x minus 5, close that quantity, equal 14. I guess first thing I do is distribute this x here, multiply each item in the parentheses by x. That's supposed to be a parenthesis there. So if I distribute the x, that'll become 9x squared minus 5x. If you want to solve by, so I distribute the x here, multiply each of those by x. If you want to solve this by factoring, you need to get 0 on one side and everything else on the other. So I need to subtract 14 or bring this 14 over here and change its sign. So that would be 9x squared minus 5x minus 14. So again, I subtracted 14 from each side or brought it over and changed its sign. Now you want to factor this. It's a trinomial. I guess what they show you is to try and turn that into two binomials. So we want to turn this into two binomials. So this is the hard part of the problem, I guess. The products of the first terms, you're reversing the full method. Product of the first terms has to be 9x squared. Well, I guess the choices are x and 9x or 3x and 3x. Normally I'd start with the 3x's, and if it didn't work I'd go to x and 9x. But I look up here at the answer, I see a 9 in the bottom, kind of gives it away. And I need to start with x and 9x. That product, that'd be the product of the first terms, would be 9x squared. Product of the last terms has to be minus 14. Again, that kind of gives it away. I could use 1 and like 1 and negative 14, or like 2 and negative 7, but kind of gives it away. It's going to be let's see, a plus 1 and a minus 14. The way you check if you have it factored correctly, this product would be the negative 14. The inner would be 9x, and negative 14x would give you the minus 5x. If I do that part again, this would be minus 9x. This would be minus, that'd be plus 9x, minus 14x. That sum would be a negative 5x. That's just check and make sure, the inner and the outer give you this negative 5x. Product of the first will be 9x squared. Product of the last will be negative 14. Now we have a product of two factors equal to 0. And so use the zero product property. You set each factor equal to 0. So I said x plus 1 equal to 0. Or 9x minus 14 equals 0. And so subtract 1 from each side, so I get x equal negative 1. Here I need to add 14 each side, or take 14 other side and change its sign, and then divide both sides by 9. And I have the two solutions here. The negative 1 and the 14/9. So again, I solved using factoring. Factoring, you need 0 on one side, everything else on the other. Then you factor this into two binomials. Set each binomial equal to 0, which you take a quadratic equation, turn it into two linear equations, and then you solve each of those. I could check my answers. You could take that, put it back in the original equation up here, and you should get 14. Hope this helps.